Welcome back to Plum Daily. I'm Robin Moreno, coming to you from the Wolfer Estate Vineyard here in Sagaponack. And every weekend in July, we're going to get great real estate news from one of the top brokers in the Hamptons, Gary DePersia, who is the Senior Vice President of Corcoran Group. So today we're going to all talk about new construction houses because a lot of people are talking about this. Why is this popular now?
A lot of buyers like new. They like the idea of starting with something fresh, something that has been lived in a lot less than someone who's cluttered and have lived in it for a lot of years. They like new. They have better amenities, newer finishes, newer kitchens, newer bathrooms, updated mechanicals, updated infrastructure, and that really appeals to them.
But there's different types of houses because people can go into a house that actually is not even sort of quote-unquote done yet. For instance, and say, I want a pool there, I want a pool there. Right. Tell me about the different types of categories of
I sort of divide it into three types of houses. There's the houses that have yet to be built or that are sort of underway. Here, a buyer who has the insight, the energy, can choose a lot of his finishes, can make a lot of decisions, can determine the size of certain rooms, can determine what the floors are going to be, what the tile work is going to be, and has a lot of room to make decisions about the finishing and the completion of the house. And that's one. And they can do that from ground up or something that's sort of underway right now with a builder.
But there's some that are just completely more or less finished?
Right. Then you have the house that's more or less done. And a lot of the decision making, a lot of the energy has been taken away from the buyer so they can look at something and see how it looks when they're going to live in it, but yet it hasn't been lived in. So there's still some decisions you can make. You can change the color of the walls, you can sometimes change the tile work, and certainly what's going on outside with the landscaping, but it's been done for them. They like the location, they like the basic layout and size of the house. Boom, they buy the furniture, they move in.
And then the last type is one that a buyer has actually moved into, right?
Well, a seller, basically what happens is a seller
Well, if a buyer moved in, that'd be squatting.
That's very true. The third type is a house that has been built, and during the course of marketing a house, the seller furnishes it and moves into it for many reasons. First of all, when a house is furnished, it looks better. You see how a house lives. You see how you live in the living room, in the family room, in the kitchen.
So we have an example of this type, which would be, this is the one on, is it on Rod Lane, or it's a Lifton Green team?
Right.
And this is one that the guy, I think, might be roll of it. Someone is living in this now.
No, that's the one on Fithian.
Oh, I'm sorry. So
the house that I'm going to talk about first is the house, the Farrell-built house on Further Lane. And this is a house that is done, and someone can move in. It's a great house. You know, Further Lane is about 3 miles long, and there's only one new house for sale, new construction for sale on Further Lane, and it's done by Farrell Building Company, who's arguably the hottest and most prolific custom and spec builder in the Hamptons today. It's a great house.
And then one that might be like sort of halfway finished is the Fithian, right?
Fithian Lane is actually the house that someone has moved into, and they're living in it while they're marketing it. It's beautifully furnished. You walk into town, it's right there. You could buy it furnished if you want, although the price doesn't include the furnishings. You could buy the furnishings and just bring your your clothes rather, and you have a house.
And then our last we're looking at, this is the one I was talking about before. This is the one on...
The one in Wainscott South on 5 Rod Highway, a great location south of Wainscott Main Street. This house is partway through construction by Bruce Lifton and Jason Green, who have combined to build a lot of new houses in Southampton, Sagaponack, and now Wainscott.
Awesome. So many great houses to buy. So thank you, Gary. Next week we'll see you again. We'll be talking about a lot of stuff. So new construction houses, these are the hot things.